All right, I'll be honest. The day I go live on time, it'll be very impressive. Okay, that'll be the day. For now, though, we're going to get into the Murdaugh case. I'm very excited for this. For now, let's get back to the song. Oh, and we have a video. We have a video that people have been working on. I'm quite excited. So yeah, let's go. Oh no, the song's not coming up. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Why is the song not coming up? Every time. Every time I have this issue. Every time I have this issue. Let's see if this works. There it is.
Clock ticks slow in a neon room. Shadows hum to a quiet tune. Coffee breathing in the dark. Every stream begins to spark. Sip, sip, stay a while. Pixel glow and a crooked smile. Click, click, don't look back. Something slipping through the cracks. Hear that whisper in your headphones. Feels too close, you're not alone. Stay a while, don't be shy. We've got stories you can't outrun tonight. Soft lights, but the truth cuts through. Every game hides something new. Little clues in what we choose. Late night thoughts you can't refuse. If you're brave, then follow me. Not everything is what it seems. Controller tight, heartbeat quick. Something's moving in the glitch. Chat goes still. Did that move, or is it just the point of view? Don't log off, don't look away. Some things want you here to stay. Stay a while, sinking deep, where the lost don't really sleep. One more story, one more clue. Feels a little close to you. Go on, stay a while. Go on, stay a while.
Hi everyone, welcome. I'm actually quite excited for today's case. It is quite the what the fuck out of everything. All right. Hi everyone, welcome to the live. We're going through the Alec Murdaugh case today. And the reason I decided to go through this rather than waiting for the new trial is because like the new trial is only supposed to happen in 2027. And with that, I kind of want to have a basis on my channel already when that trial happens that we can then go back to and look at and kind of go through. And I can promise you now, this is one of two streams. All right, there's tonight's stream and then there's tomorrow night's stream. Tonight's stream, we are focusing on everything just before the murders. And I can tell you now, it's gonna get really intense. I've got like more than 15 tabs here. I'm waiting for this, I'm ready for this, I'm excited for this. It's gonna be a lot. So, how is everyone doing? I hope you guys are having a lovely day. I'm having a lovely day. It has been, quite the day putting everything together. But, for now, hi Mr. Boom, hi Toxic, and hi Lolaroo. Welcome to my stream. I appreciate you being here. The elite live and think differently than us regular folk. Just my opinion. They don't care about their own flesh and blood. That is one way to start off the stream. That is definitely one way to start off the stream. So, what I would like to pull up is just a quick image of the Murdaugh family. And just so that you guys can kind of get an understanding of like who we're talking about in this and just where everything kind of comes from with the family. Because the family, to be honest, the family was around for quite a while. The family had been a big prominent part of South Carolina, and to the point where like for over 90 years, this family was one of the biggest like prosecutor firms in South Carolina. It was an entire thing. So I'm gonna pull up. I asked my friend Chad to create an image for me, and he came up with this, and this is pretty much the Murdaugh family. So I'm just gonna pull it up a little bit here. You guys can see everything. So we've got the first generation. That is Randolph Murdaugh Sr. He's the guy that founded the law firm. He's the original out of all of them. His son Buster, which was also a Randolph, his nickname was Buster. He took over the law firm afterwards. And then third generation, we had Alex, his brother Randy, who is also obviously Randolph. And then we've got John Martin. Those two are very important. Okay. Alec had taken over the law firm, but his brothers were kind of, they make an appearance quite often in this entire case. So it's good to know exactly who these people are when we chat about them. Okay, and then obviously, as you can see, he was married to Maggie. Maggie was very sweet. She is deceased. And they had two sons, which was Buster and Paul. And they were sweet boys. Very, very sweet boys, she says sarcastically. They were very spoiled kids. They got away with everything. Their parents helped them with everything, and that's kind of like where we're gonna go with the story. For now, though, I'm gonna go in chronological order. And the first case that we're gonna look at, the first thing that is kind of tied to the Murdaughs, although hasn't officially been tied, there are just rumors. There are literal just rumors. The first person we're gonna be talking about is Stephen Smith. Now, Stephen Smith was, let me find my timeline here. Hey DJT, hope you're doing well. My timeline, I've got loads over here. Okay, so we've got a timeline of Stephen Smith. Oh, let's get to my React page. All right, so this is Stephen Nicholas Smith. He was born January 29th, 1996. So he would be 4 years younger than me if he was still alive today. And he unfortunately passed away on July 8th, 2015. He had a twin sister. She has spoken out once or twice, but we're not going to cover all of that too much. I just want you guys to understand where this comes from, like this, how this is tied somehow to the Murdaughs. And we still don't know how. I will explain. But for now, let me just get to who Stephen Smith was. Hey, Millie, hope you're doing well. I don't know anything about this. Who are they? A government family or something? Okay, so DJT. The Murdaughs were a very high-profile, rich family from South Carolina. They were a part of the law firm that kind of ran the area for over 90 years, starting off with the original Randolph Murdaugh, who started the law firm, and then it was like his son got it, and then his son, which was Alex, and then the brothers were involved, and then so we're 3 or 4 generations into like this family being one of the most high-profile families in South Carolina. And I will explain to you, like, the more we get into this and the more we hear about this, the more you'll see just how much power this family had over everything. It is very, very scary, the amount of political power that they pulled in South Carolina. It's a lot, but this is the first case that we can see. So this is 2015. And basically what happened was, we're not going to get into this, but the day of the accident, okay, a guy was on his way home from work and he noticed someone lying in the road. And he called 911 and they managed to go out and check. I don't think I have the full 911 call. I don't think I found it. But it's somewhere there. Anyway, as you guys can see, there's like this red mark in the road. Stephen was found laying in the road early hours of the morning. And it was kind of like one of those days where, you know, you wouldn't expect, one of those roads where like you wouldn't expect anything. It's out in the middle of like nowhere. It's like not much happens on that road. It's just, you wouldn't expect random things. I mean, this is also South Carolina. Like, not much should be happening. But upon discovery of his death, they immediately started realizing some things weren't right. So this is all through here. Now, I need to be very careful because on this page is also the crime scene photos, and I really don't want to get into that. But The man calls 911 and says that he's been found on Sandy Run Road in South Carolina. Now, the important thing about this is Sandy Run Road is not very far from where the Murdaughs lived. Just keep that in mind. Just like pin it. It's not very far from where the Murdaughs lived. Okay, a couple of people respond to the scene. They look at it, everything, and it immediately they're like, it could be a possible hit and run. A possible hit and run. But things just weren't adding up. Okay. One of the guys looked at everything and immediately said that it's a homicide, it's not a hit and run. And the coroner also at this stage had confirmed it as a homicide. Further on, as the day kind of progresses and they finish up like collecting everything, the autopsy and everything, they're like, it's a hit and run, it's a homicide. And then immediately it changes to a hit and run. Not very like far off. It like same day basically they change it to a hit and run to make it seem like an accident. But a lot of them weren't really happy with the guys that arrived at the scene. They weren't really happy with the hit and run idea. The reason they suspected it was a homicide is because where Stephen's body was found in the middle of the road, there was no skid marks. There was no debris from a car that could have shown that he was hit by any type of vehicle. And the wound was quite a big gash on the back of his head. And if he was walking forward, it should have been the front. If he was walking away, like, cars coming from behind him, it could have been something. But even then, a strike that high, like a guy standing, if it's the side mirror, you're going to hit the arm. You're not going to hit the back of the head. If it's a truck that's got something on the side of it, it could have been that. But the placements of the body as well, it's in the middle of the road. He's not on the side of the road. He's in the middle of the road. And then on top of that, and I'm going to try and find this photo so that you guys see, this is why I immediately swapped to solo, because the crime scene photos are right below that. And they are blurred, but you can literally see him laying in the road in the position that he was. It's pretty graphic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up, not that one. So his shoes, I'm like so scared to bring this up. His shoes were still on. Okay. If it is a hit and run, 9 times out of 10, shoes like that, which are Vans, they're slip-ons, they would probably, like, one would at least be off. And with the way that his body is placed, it looks like it's been placed. It is absolutely horrific. As usual, I've always said that I don't like bringing gore onto the channel. I don't want to get into the very gory details. But if you guys do ever search it up, the crime scene photos are out there, and you can take a look. But it does definitely look as if he was placed there. During this time, there were a lot of rumors going around because Stephen Smith was a 19-year-old kid in South Carolina. He was a nursing student, and that seems fine, but he was also gay. He was full out of the closet gay, and apparently in South Carolina, that is, during 2015, was still very controversial. Like, extremely controversial. So a lot of people kind of suspected that this was a hit on him because of how his sexuality and him being gay. Nothing definitive came out of there. And the case kind of went cold for a really long time. His mom spoke about it a few times, trying to do everything they can to get the case together and try and figure out what was going on, because having it classified as a hit and run, nobody was really interested in properly investigating who this person was. It was, having it change from homicide to hit and run, they threw it to the bottom of the pile and didn't care. It's as simple as that. They didn't care. A couple of years later, and this is like jumping the gun just a little bit. A couple of years later, Maggie and Paul from the Murdaugh family are murdered. And during the investigation into Maggie and Paul's murder, something was found by SLED, that is the South Carolina Law Enforcement Department. They found something during that investigation that made them exhume Stephen Smith's body, look at it again, and take a look at what was going on throughout the, whole thing to see if there was actually a murder. They then changed it from a hit and run to a homicide. To this day, they have not released what is that connection or what that evidence is between the Murdaughs and Stephen Smith. Now, it was known, and his mother said this in like one or two interviews, that he was known to hang out with a prominent family, but he never said who it was. And Buster was one of his classmates at one stage, which is where the tie is in for the Murdaughs being part of it. However, it has come out that there is absolutely nothing so far that they can say is concrete. And Buster at one stage actually sued a lot of media companies for going with this rumor and put out a statement saying that he had nothing to do with it. I could not find that interview. I can go ahead and look for it. I don't mind. But I can try and find it. But he basically said like he had nothing to do with it. And I didn't feel like bringing it up because, to be honest, this is a small bit. This is kind of where little things start crumbling. It's not the major things that crumbling, but the little things start crumbling. This is like the first like, this is weird. Through all of this, they exhumed his body, they've redone everything to make it a homicide, and they're still looking. I believe a year ago or 2 years ago, Stephen Smith's tablet was finally unlocked, and with it being unlocked, they were able to get a bunch more information, which they have not released yet. They did manage to get into his phone, and at one stage, it was believed that his phone had 3 separate people's fingerprints attached to it. His mother's, and another guy called Mark. Okay. So far, we have a suspicion that Mark may have been Stephen's older boyfriend. But I'm not going to speculate on anything. It's got nothing really to do with the death, unless it comes out that, like, Mark murdered him. And then in that case, you know, Rocky hate Mark, it works. So this is an entire thing of Stephen Smith, and it's quite sad. It is very sad. I've looked into the Stephen Smith case for quite a while, and for me, I find it very sad that this kind of behavior still happens where if he was attacked for being gay, it's despicable. If he was attacked for anything else to do with the Murdaughs, I want to know. I'm pretty sure everybody else does. I'm pretty sure. But from Stephen Smith, because I'm not going to spend too much time on it, let me just close these so that I'm all sorted. Oh, right. I also have from Stephen Smith's thing, because I found these, and we're not going to go through them, but I just want to show you, because like I had a lot of fun researching. Not researching, but like pulling these stuff. So this is the incident report from where they found his body. And it's got like obviously all the stuff. And there you can see his feet were on that side, his were there. There was a painted box on Sandy Road, and the full stuff that this captain went through. Okay, you see, investigator captain, Emmy, whatever, that one, that guy. So I have this entire thing. I was gonna go through this, all right, I was, but if you look up here. It's 11 pages out of 110. 110 pages. It's a lot. It is a lot. I have, however, thought about going through this and doing an entire separate video on Stephen Smith by myself. Like, just like randomly. Like, this is the Stephen Smith thing. But I want more to come out. Like, I really want more to come out. This just is, it's a lot. At one point in time, there was a rumor. Now, I haven't been able to confirm this rumor, but there was a rumor that, sorry, song. There was a rumor that I think Randy Murdaugh landed up phoning Stephen's mother and asking her if she needed legal representation just after the body was found. And that is like already kind of suspicious, like having the family throw themselves and like, do you need legal representation? Like, wait for the family to contact you with that. It's very weird. One of the worst experiences of my life is seeing something like this, seeing the end of life. Is just, yeah, you can't explain it. It's really, it's fucking sad. It's really, really sad. Hey, Cryo, we're not that boring, stuff happens here. Listen, it's interesting, okay? And then I found the autopsy report. Now, with this, I don't have the pictures. Thank God we don't have the autopsy pictures, okay? Nobody wants to see that. But I can tell you, he was a 19-year-old male reported lying in the middle of the road. Let me show you guys as I read this. Reported lying in the middle of the road. by a passerby, driving a wrecker at around 4 a.m. Basically, he was declared deceased on the scene. His car was found 2 to 3 miles down the road and was out of gas. It appeared that he had been heading home. Okay, now for that, his wallet was also found in his car, which is like a bit of a, I forgot to mention that, but his wallet was found in his car. And that's a bit of an awkward one for me because if you've run out of gas and you need to go and like get more, you would take your wallet with. I don't know. I don't know. Basically, hold on. Evidence of injury. There's a 7.25-inch laceration extends across the superior, mid to right lateral forehead, involving the right eyebrow. So it's like basically here. It's like, hey Sapphire, hope you're doing well. It extends the right lateral, blah 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 blah. There's like right shoulder was dislocated. 6-inch irregular contusion on the exterior right arm. So there was like it's a lot of fucking shit that happened to him. And then obviously like here's the big thing. Like if you've been struck by something by a car, okay, and you're lying there, if it's just your head, like this would make sense. If like your full body has been hit, it like this wouldn't make sense. So I don't think like it's a full body hit. Because, like, if you look at body cavities, no adhesives or abnormal collection of fluids in any other body cavities. So basically, there was no internal bleeding. So this case is wild. This case is absolutely wild, and this is just the Stephen Smith part. Just the Stephen Smith part. That is not the end, though. Okay. At one stage, where am I now? There I am. At one stage, they kind of bring up other potential suspects because obviously you can't just pin it on the Murdaughs. We would love to, but you need evidence for that. And other suspects kind of came up. So I found this report. We're going to go through this. This is Fox Carolina News. And this is just basically potential suspects that may have come up.
Now, in the wake of the Murdaugh trial, another investigation was receiving national attention. We have been following the case of Stephen Smith since SLED announced that they were looking at it again after investigating the Murdaugh murders. SLED recently announced that they're investigating Stephen Smith's death as a homicide. And tonight, we're learning about a call a tipster made years ago about 2 possible suspects. Neither person faces charges, so we won't name them, but we can confirm neither of them are members of the Murdaugh family. Max Deeknight has more.
A phone call in December 2015 between now retired...
Can I just, like, someone not a part of the Murdaugh family? Like, someone tipped off the Smith case, and the cops were like, nothing. Until they found something connected to the Murdaughs, and they're like, we'll look at this. And then they went back and looked at the...
Retired Corporal Michael Duncan with the South Carolina Highway Patrol and former Hampton County police officer Nick Ginn reveal a tipster made authorities aware of 2 potential suspects in 19-year-old Stephen Smith's death. We'll call them Person 1 and Person 2.
Can you tell me what was told to you? We've tried to get in touch with, but he, he's kind of avoiding the call, the contact, and all.
This is what I was told. He said, come over here to the house. He said he told me that was drunk and hit something. He said he went back the next day to see what it was he had hit, and he seen a lot of police out there. So he talked to one of the cops, and then he had left, and then he learned, I guess by media, that somebody had been killed in that same area.
The tipster told Ginn Person 1 was visibly distraught.
Was crying, telling him, and after he got finished telling the story, he walked outside his house and threw up.
They also say Person 2, the driver of the truck, may have tried to cover up evidence.
So, supposedly he had fixed his mirror. He had patched one of the mirrors up on the truck.
Both officers acknowledged this was...
And there we have the mirror thing, okay? Okay. I mentioned that it could have been a mirror because there's nothing internal, so it can't be the front of the car. And if a car is going to hit someone, there's going to be damage. I didn't mention that, but just, Like, but a truck? Granted, I don't live in America. Apparently America has like really big fucking trucks. So, could be.
Was the only concrete lead they'd come across in this investigation.
Well, you know, I heard some rumors around town, but as far as anything that I could say that had any kind of possible validity would be this.
Right. Just the only thing you've heard prior to this is rumors.
Right.
Okay.
Well, so far, officials have not publicly named any of those suspects, but we'll update you as that case continues.
I can't wait. Can they name who the fuck it is so I can find out? This case has been irritating me. A 19-year-old kid lost his fucking life. And if it's like some drunk driver, bury him under the prison. Like, bury him under the prison. Please. Please. Okay? Oh, also, thank you, Millie. Thank you, Millie. I had fun curling my hair today. It was fun. Sorry, small squirrel. Yeah, listen, this is an entire... I don't know how to deal with all of this. I need to know the end of the story. I need to know what happens. But we move on. So from Stephen Smith in 2015, we go to Gloria Satterfield less than 3 years later. And this one is not just connected to the Murdaughs. This happens directly on their property. So in February 2018, Gloria Satterfield was the housekeeper for the Murdaughs. And she was a part of the family for quite a while. She had been working for them for quite a while. And the one day she's there and she gets all excited with the dogs. And while she's trying to go up the stairs, she trips over one of the dogs and she falls quite badly. To the point where Paul and Maggie, who are home, and they try and help her, Paul kind of picks her up again to try and get her on her feet again. And Gloria says to him, "I'm fine, let me go." And he lets her go and she collapses immediately. And with that, we have the following 911 call. This is 6 minutes. I will try and skip through as much as can I make it quicker? Speed, normal. Oh, haha, speed, let's go. Okay. I'm gonna put it 1.5. This is the 911 call that happened when Gloria fell. Now, I'm not saying that they did anything to cause her death. I'm not. Okay? Definitely not saying that. She fell over a dog. It happened. She didn't die immediately. She died in hospital a couple of days later from her injuries. But this does tie into a financial crime that is very intense, especially when you're stealing money of this magnitude from someone whose mother just died. So, we're gonna get into it. This is the 911 call. It's a lot. It's a lot. That's Gloria in the back. And this is from the ABC News website.
9:24 a.m. 38 seconds, February 2, 2018.
Come here. 911, where's your emergency? 4147 Murdaugh Road.
Okay, can you give me the address one more time, make sure I got it right?
Yes, 4147 Murdaugh Road.
Okay, what's going on with her?
Sorry, must I put it on normal? Because it's quite fast. I don't know if you guys can hear it, because the operator is very quick.
I'm sorry.
What's going on out there?
My housekeeper has fallen and her head is bleeding. I cannot get her up.
Okay, you said she's fallen. She's bleeding from the head?
Yes.
Okay. How old is she?
I'm not sure, like 58 maybe.
Do you know if she fell from standing or not?
No. No.
Where'd she fall from?
She fell going up the steps, up the brick steps.
Okay, so she outside or inside?
Outside.
Okay. How many steps is there?
8.
Okay, is she on the ground or is she up near the top?
She's on the ground. She's on the ground. She's on the ground.
Is she conscious?
No, not really.
Is she awake at all?
Yes.
Okay. Is she just not, like, responding appropriately, but she is awake?
Ma'am, she's not responding.
Okay, I've already got them on the way. Me asking questions does not slow them down, man.
I love this. Can I? She's not the operator immediately picks up on the aggression in her voice and is like, calm the fuck down. I got people on the way. I'm asking questions to help them so that when they're there, you know, they're prepared. Like, calm the fuck down. Like, oh, don't worry. Wait until Paul gets on. Wait until Paul gets on. Okay? So concerned.
Knowing if she's conscious is one of the things that the medic needs to know if she's responding
Not
at
really.
all to you.
No.
Okay, so she's not responsive at all.
Well, I mean, she's mumbling.
Okay, so she is somewhat conscious. Is she breathing okay?
Yes.
Is she bleeding from anywhere?
Yes, her head.
Okay, are you guys able to control the bleeding?
No.
Can you
I
put
haven't
a
even
clean
tried.
rag or anything on it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, is she bleeding from, like, her face, the back of the head,
I've got
her
an
neck?
ambulance coming. Sir, ma'am, what?
Where exactly is she bleeding from on her head?
I'm not sure. At the top of her head.
Okay.
I love how it immediately calmed her down.
Okay.
Put her in her place.
Oh,
Can-
gosh.
What happened?
She just fell back down. Can I get off this phone so I can go down there?
Can I have your name and phone number? Or are you able to bring the phone down by her?
What?
Or are you on a cell phone where you can walk down there
I'm
and
on
talk?
a cell phone. No.
Okay, can you bring it with you so we can ask her some questions about what kind of pain she's having?
Hello?
And there's Paul.
Yeah, can you ask the patient what kind of pain she's having?
Ma'am, she can't talk.
Okay, do you know...
She's cracked her head and there's blood on the concrete and she's bleeding out of her left ear.
Okay, she's bleeding out of her ear.
And out of her head. She's cracked her skull.
Okay. All right, the other lady said that she had tried to stand up and fell down again.
No, I was holding her up. And
Okay.
she told me to turn her loose and she was trying to use her arm, but then she fell back over.
Okay, do you guys know who she is?
Yes, she works for us.
Okay, do you know if she's ever had a stroke or anything before?
Ma'am, can you stop asking her these
I
questions?
already have them on the way. I already have them on the way. Me asking questions does not slow them down in any way.
Then you get Paul. Okay. Paul, stop asking questions. Just get here. They need this information. I get it. You want someone there to help you. Probably. Okay. But like, just answer the questions. Just answer the fucking questions. It's really not that difficult. Has she ever had a stroke? I don't know. Do you know anything about her? I don't know. What the fuck? Also, can I just like, if you have someone working for you, you have an employee working for you, you don't know their medical history, you don't know the stuff that they're like, could happen to them if something like this happens. Like, do you really give a shit about your employee? Just saying, like, you know, maybe I'm the heartless one to give a shit. Maybe.
These are relevant questions that I have to ask for the ambulance. One of my questions is, has she ever had a stroke?
I don't believe she's ever had a stroke now that I know
Okay. Okay, is she able to talk to you guys at all, or is she unconscious now?
that. She's not unconscious, she's just mumbling.
Okay.
I believe she's maybe hit her head and maybe has a concussion or something.
Okay.
Maybe.
Do you know what her name is?
Gloria Satterfield.
You said Sanderfield?
Ma'am?
You said Sanderfield?
Satterfield.
Satterfield. Okay, what's the house look like out there?
It's offset off the road.
Okay.
It's a big house, got a wide driveway.
With a long driveway?
Yeah,
Is there a gate or anything down there that they're going to need to come through?
There's two big brick columns that have to come through.
Okay, but there's no, like, gate code or anything that they need?
No, ma'am. And tell them that they can look for a fellow on a 6x6 Ranger.
Okay.
Which, by the way, they've now given like a different type of, like, I don't know, identification for the house. It helps, but like they're both not very concerned about trying to rush them too much to get them there. They're annoyed by the questions, but I'll be honest. This is like my honest opinion. Honest opinion, okay? I need like some sort of sparkly noise to make you guys understand, like, we're going down Luna's rabbit hole here, okay? My brain, honest opinion, okay? This is not fact, not truth, not fucking anything. This is just how I feel, okay? And my therapist said I'm allowed to have feelings. I honestly feel as if they're just annoyed because they don't know these answers, and it's showing how fucking useless they are at getting to know the people that they've employed. And then on top of that, it sounds as if they've like, ugh, we've got to deal with this. They don't sound concerned for her. They sound annoyed that they have to deal with this entire thing. Which is a small part of why we are covering this. A very small part. Let me just get to some of the comments here. See what you guys are saying. Lola Rue, in my opinion, the housekeeper knew some stuff and didn't want it out, so they took care of her, allegedly, in my opinion. Allegedly. She sounds so concerned or not. Exactly. She sounds annoyed that she has to answer these questions because she didn't know the person, she didn't care. Like, she knew the person, but she didn't really know the person, and she didn't really care. This is like another thing that she has to deal with, and she's annoyed at that. But after all of this, Alex goes to Gloria's children and says to them, hey, I got an idea for you guys. Okay, so you've just lost your mom. She's passed away due to complications that were related to the fall. I got an idea. Okay, I got an idea. How about you guys sue me? Okay, I'll even give you a lawyer that you can use to sue me. Right. And then when my insurance pays out, you guys can get the money, and it'll help you. You guys can get like lots of money, and you can live a really happy life. And it'll be great. Like I can set you up with a lawyer. We can sort it all out. Like, don't worry, we will get it done. And obviously the children, being as sad as they are, agree to this. So they agree to sue. And they go through this process of suing. Okay. And insurance looks at it and goes, okay, cool, we'll settle, we'll pay out. And the payout is about $4.3 million. 4.3. Now imagine what you could do with like $4.3 million. I can imagine a lot I could do with $4.3 million. But the children never saw this money. Alex took it. When the money paid out, Alex and his lawyer friend, it was Alex and the banker Chad Westendorf and the attorney Corey Fleming, which was their attorney to help sue Alex, basically all conspired together, and with this 4.3 they divvied it up between each other and was like, we're good now, we're rich. And they never told the kids about it. Did not say anything. Nothing. Not a word. Nothing. So I did some digging, because obviously we've got a trial to go over tomorrow, and during this trial some things came out. Now this was the beginning of everything kind of going to shit. Okay? That's diabolical. Hey, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of drugs. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of drugs. Alex kind of said he spent it all on drugs. Sir. Okay. So obviously the money was never paid out. And Alex was like, I got away with it. I got away with it. No. No. Okay. So in this little clippy that I found, right, son of late housekeeper testifies that Alex Murdaugh stole over $4 million in insurance settlement from the family. So this isn't just coming from me. This isn't just coming from papers. This is about to come from the son's own mouth on what happened. I feel like this is where I should say my famous line. What famous line? I'm worried. I'm worried.
At the Alex Murdaugh trial today, the defense team pushing a ballistics expert to admit the state doesn't have the murder weapons.
You cannot, and you did not, and you are not offering an opinion that
We will go through this.
.22 shotgun was used to murder Paul Murdaugh, correct?
My result was inconclusive. And what that ultimately means is I'm not able to determine that.
It comes as the judge decides whether the jury should hear evidence of Murdaugh's financial crimes at work and about his greed at home. The judge hearing what the prosecutors consider a stunning betrayal. Murdaugh's own longtime housekeeper, Gloria Satterfield, died after a fall at the family's home in 2018. Murdaugh telling her sons to sue him for the insurance money.
Did you trust Mr. Murdaugh?
Yes.
The housekeeper's son testifying Murdaugh offered her children about $100,000 each. They had no idea he got more than $4 million from his insurance company. They didn't learn of it until after the murders.
Had he ever told you that there was an umbrella policy for $5 million?
No.
Did you give him permission to steal your money?
No.
The ballistics expert did testify that.
Can I just say, I watched this case like gavel's gavel. I watched it, okay? One, that judge that you saw there, he's great. He's absolutely great. Judge Newman is probably one of the most fun judges I have ever seen in a case, okay? Before the jury comes out, instead of like, you know, the jury, like bring the jury or whatever, like, you know, like the typical like, the jury may enter, he stands up, he's like tone of voice, like bring the jury, like it's just like this entire, he's so fun, he's such a fun lawyer, a fun judge. But the lawyer's thing of like, did you give Alex permission to steal your money? And the kid was like, no. No. Like I just, it's great, it's absolutely great. So we've got that. The son did not agree, obviously. And this only all came out after the murders. So, as of now, basically what's happened, right, was the two sons were technically awarded the 2.3. Alex stole it. Everything happened with the murder case that we will get into. And then, they decided to re-sue afterwards. And I'm happy to say, okay, that they actually landed up getting their like money's worth. After everything happened, they were ultimately able to recover more than 6.5 million during subsequent lawsuits against Murdaugh and the rest of the fuckers. All right, Corey Fleming, the lawyer that was like, I'm part of this, I helped. The idiot basically pled guilty to 23 different charges, including breach of trust with fraudulent intent and money laundering. All right. And he was sentenced to 13 years and 10 months in prison. And he was disbarred, obviously. Thank God he was disbarred, because, like, no. That's not. And then, obviously, Chad, the banker, was not indicted. He was not. He was basically dropped from pretty much all the other lawsuits, and people were like, it's fine, we'll just go after the lawyers and not the banker. It's okay. But he was fired as CEO. Can't get away with too much now, can you? Then, obviously with that, we have one more murder to go through. And I don't know if this one is in particularly a murder. I don't know if this would be like constituted as a murder. I would say it pretty much does. But we're getting into something that's very fucking sad now. So let me just fix my eyeball over here because something's really fucking itchy. And I want to introduce you guys to someone who I think is really pretty. Like really, really pretty. And I'm not just saying like physically she looks attractive, but just the stories that I've been researching and like what I've heard about her. Like she seemed like such a genuine soul. And yeah, unfortunately, she's no longer with us. So, I would like to put you guys onto a moment of absolute fucking sadness when we talk about the Mallory Beach incident. So, on the night that Mallory Beach passed away, a lot of shit was happening. So, Mallory was dating Connor Anthony, one of the brothers. Basically, Paul had decided that he was going to take him and his girlfriend and like 4 other friends with them and they were going to go out to an oyster roast. Now, I've never heard of an oyster roast. Apparently, they're quite fun. And they took the boat out and they went out. Mallory was dating one of the guys, and they had, like, it was just a beautiful type of love that they had. It was very cute to see. They were very much like each other's greatest heroes kind of vibe. It was very adorable. And they all decided they were going to go out. And Paul decided to use his older brother's ID to buy drinks because he wasn't old enough. And we're gonna go through the timeline that I have here. So basically, what happened the night of the boat crash? You can see they're here drinking. There's Alex, not Alex, Paul over there ordering drinks. And basically, they went from one place to another constantly. Here's them again buying more alcohol a few hours before the crash. So the crash happened here. So I don't know, I'm gonna try and zoom in here. All right, like this area right over here. Okay, next to like, basically. All right. And it's so fucking sad. They went to like different places. Here he is over here drinking again. Here you can see them just before they get onto the boat. Okay, and there's Mallory and and the others. It doesn't say who Mallory's boyfriend was. I think it was Anthony. I'm pretty sure it was Anthony. Oh god, fuck off advert. Oh my god, I'm gonna murder myself. Fuck off advert. Let me just get rid of this for like 2 seconds. Yeah, sorry. I hate life. I hate life. See this is why I like editing shit. I can edit out those shit. Okay, anyway, here they are, like all 6 of them basically walking off. And you can see there's Paul, and he's like very drunk. Extremely fucking drunk. This guy is like beyond limits drunk. To the point where his personality goes from Paul Murdaugh to what his friends referred to as Timmy. So Paul would say that he was fine, and then you know, when he got really, really, really drunk and belligerent, he would then become Timmy, and that way he could kind of disassociate himself with the behavior that he has when he's drunk, even though, bitch, it's still you. And this is them. You can see them kind of going across, and they're about to get on the boat. There's Mallory and her boyfriend, and you can see they're enjoying the night. They're swaying together, they're chatting. They're just trying to enjoy each other's company at this point. They've realized that Paul is beyond fucking wasted. They're very annoyed, and they just want to get home. They're done. They're done with life and that night, and saying done with life is a bad choice of words there, Luna. Wow, I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for that. But they're like done with the night. They just want to get home and sleep and like deal with the next morning. All right. This did not end well. No. Hey, Zachary, hope you're doing well. I don't know how, I think it's literally just them getting onto the boat, and there's the boat heading out. Alright. So, during this, apparently, Paul and Connor were fighting constantly over who should be driving the boat. Because Paul was way too drunk to be driving it, and Connor kind of just wanted to look after everything and make sure everyone was okay. They ended up getting into an accident, and this is the 911 call after the boat accident. And it is, once again, trigger warning, this has got just like very graphic content. Very big trigger warning. Oh, this is so difficult to listen to though.
What bridge is Paul, what bridge is this? Paul, what bridge?
911, where's your emergency? Hello? Police, fire, EMS. Hello?
We're in a boat crash on Arthur Street.
Whereabouts on Arthur Street?
In Arthur Street, the only bridge on Arthur Street.
Archer Street?
Archer's Creek.
Archer's Creek. Archer's Creek. Is it? Okay. What's going on?
It's by Paris Island.
Right. What's going on?
We're in a boat crash.
You know what kind of a?
A boat crash.
A boat? Did you say a boat crash?
A boat crash.
Okay, so you're at are you at the dock? Hello, are you at the dock?
No, we just crashed in a boat.
Okay, are you in the water or are you?
We're in the boat.
Okay.
We have someone missing.
Okay. Hang on 1 second, okay?
I'm calling in reference to a boat crash. There's 6 people on board. They currently have 1 missing. All right, it's in Archer's Creek, which is right there off of Paris Island. There's a bridge on Paris Island. They're underneath it. They crashed into the bridge.
Alpha 29, that's right.
29. 10-4.
So yeah, Paul crashed into the pylon there on the side. And this isn't the only piece of footage that we have, or media that we have from that night. We have dash cam footage because someone gets in the car after a while, and then I want you to know, like, the guy who made the call that you hear on the call, he's talking with a broken jaw. The crash was so intense that, like, he had a broken jaw. It really wasn't fucking easy to deal with. So basically saying that Mallory Beach, got ejected from the boat, and while they were dealing with that, let me just find my docket notes here. We have dash cam footage from one of the police cars. And during this time, Connor is Mallory's boyfriend. Okay, it's in my notes. Luna, just look at the notes, duh. Connor gets very angry. He's been chatting to the cops for a bit, and I'm looking for 7:45. Where's 7:45? Hold on, I will find it now. And basically, Connor gets very angry because at this point in time, they haven't been able to find Mallory. His girlfriend is completely missing. He's been in, like, this area for about 7 minutes now, and Paul is smiling.
Let me drive.
I'm hanging with you to your mom gets here, okay?
That motherfucker ain't the fucking prison.
You're not in trouble.
What rig you on him? He ain't gonna get no fucking trouble.
Oh, yes.
Bro, you fucking smiling like it's fucking funny.
Sit down.
My fucking girlfriend's gone, bro. You think it's fucking funny?
Sit down.
Hope you rot fucking hell.
Sit down. Hey, somebody put him in the car. The one with the towel.
Go ahead.
Where's your cigarette at?
So as you can tell by that, Connor is obviously realizing that Paul doesn't give a shit. He's so drunk that he's pretty much laughing at the fact that the accident has happened and that someone's missing. And it gets slightly worse because at this point in time, something slips at 11:50 into this video. Something very important slips. And this is where you kind of start to realize who the Murdaughs are. And just exactly how important they are in this area. And this is fucking tragic.
Where'd y'all put in at?
Chelsea Island.
Chelsea out of the Kalawasi?
The only island on Chelsea. Yeah. Y'all know Alec Murdaugh?
Oh, yeah, I know that name.
That's his son.
That's so driving the boat?
Good luck.
Pretty sure you guys heard that. You guys know Alec Murdaugh? Yeah, we know him. That's his son. Driving the boat? Good luck. It's not the first time that Paul had, used his family to get out of shit. He obviously was very comfortable using his brother's ID to buy drinks. He was comfortable enough to get into a boat completely drunk and not care about his friends and crash and pretty much end someone's life. And then you find out that there's been several incidences throughout Paul's life where he's just phoned his grandfather, the head of the law firm, and gone like, "Hi, I'm in trouble, help me." And they've made things disappear. Like, he's managed to get away with things the entire time. Hey, it's Mara. Hey, Octoling. Hope you guys are doing well. It is fucking depressing. But it takes about 8 days. 8 long, grueling fucking days before they're actually able to find Mallory's body. Yeah, false IDs here and there is teen stuff. This was alcoholism. This, yeah, 100, but it was 100% like endorsed by the fact that his brother was like, "Yeah, take my ID, use it." At one point or another during this whole thing, just after the boat accident, a few people said that Alec was going around the hospital kind of telling people, like, don't say Paul was driving the boat. Like, don't blame it on Paul. Don't say it was Paul. It couldn't have been Paul. Like, trying to change people's way of, like, saying what actually happened. And that already kind of started off with people going, this is not right. Again, he's getting covered for, like, something that he's done, and this time somebody's lost their life because of him, and they want to cover it up. And it starts becoming an issue. It really does. So Mallory's family then sues, which, I mean, is something that you do. Wrongful death, you land up suing. It's, and during this time, the Murdaughs are like, I would pay, but I'm broke. And you're like 3 generations technically, of lawyers and this entire dynasty, and you're broke. Explain. And we kind of have that. So the lawyer, and yes, I used, I decided I was going to use YouTube's AI for this, see what happens, right? So we'll see. Like, if YouTube's AI works, well done to YouTube's AI for getting this. Okay? But I have the testimony, full hour and a half, of Mallory Beach's lawyer during the case of Maggie and Paul's deaths. Okay? And this is obviously them trying to make sure that the financial crimes doesn't come in, and this is kind of like when he testified by everything. Yeah, the dad arrived with the I think the old guy was one of the cousins or one of the uncles, and tried to get people to, like, not talk about the accident, and not talk about it, but, like, not say that it was Paul who was driving the boat. I'm over here. This is what I'm looking for. The exact moment the bank statements were found and shit was going wrong.
Danny Henderson was very involved. Danny Henderson was a shareholder. Before I would have gotten the bank account information, before I would have seen the records, Danny Henderson would have seen those records. And I've seen the records. I've seen all the bank statements now. It would have been apparent to Danny Henderson, and I believe it would have been apparent to me what Alec had been doing. So that's the judgment day, is the discovery. And there were a lot of threads that were being pulled, and it was subject to unraveling at any moment. And if those records were disclosed, if Danny Henderson reviewed those records, he would have known there's no way Alec's getting these checks, there's no way these checks are going to Forge, there's no way that this money should be transferred.
And even if, hypothetically, had this hearing on the 10th, and you got a different ruling regarding Alex Murdaugh than you got against Parker's, that for some reason it's not premature to him, isn't it true all you would have been enabled, all you could have gotten would have been a net worth statement, financial statement?
Not even.
Yeah, so, a little bit of context here. When he started digging into the records to figure out what the fuck was going on, he realized that some of the money that was supposed to be going to the Forge bank account to go towards other people was going to a different bank account, which was also called Forge, but it was run by Alex. And it was literally so close to the original bank account's name that when he swapped it out, people just didn't realize it. And so they paid the money into his account rather than the actual like account that it should have been in. And that's how he managed to get away with it. That's well, he didn't get away with it. He didn't. And this is kind of what unraveled it, is the moment they started looking into why they would not pay out for Mallory Beach, all of this started coming out. The records of where he was hiding the money, where the money was going. Well, no, where all the money was going, but pretty much like he was just taking money and it was disappearing. And it got really bad. It got really, really bad. Okay. Here in the NBC News one, I've got Alex Murdaugh's behavior attracted a lot of attention after the crash. According to statements from witnesses at the hospital, Alex was going room to room attempting to speak to his son's injured friends. Local journalist Michael DeWitt has covered the Murdaugh family boat crash extensively as editor of the Hampton County Guardian newspaper. I think from day one, ground zero, the effort was, what can we do to get Paul out of this? And they tried. But then obviously everything came unraveling. And as you can imagine, shit's kind of not going right. Now, there is one thing that happened, and I don't really have much, like, I don't have much reporting for it, mainly because there's really not much to go over, but I've got the Wikipedia page that we can go over. I didn't want to grab too much about this because I don't want this to be a huge section, because to be honest, this is just something that we can fucking laugh at. Okay, this is our like giggle pot. Okay, this is the palate cleanser before life actually screws us the fuck over with this whole thing. But just after all of this happened, we've got we've got Stephen in 2015. We've got Gloria in 2018. We've got Mallory in 2019. Okay, so that's 3 deaths, 4 years, 5 years. Okay, things are not looking great. And now you've got the financial crimes kind of coming out. So what is the best option to do? What is the first thing that Alex should do? Should he A, go to the cops and be like, I did it, I'm sorry, here's it, turn myself in, figure it out? Should he B, change his name and move to a different city? Or C, should he attempt his own suicide to try and cover up shit? And by that, basically fake his own assassination. Yeah, if you answered C, you're correct. He attempted to fake his own assassination. So he phoned his cousin Eddie, right? Cousin Eddie. There's always a cousin Eddie, right? And on September the 3rd, 2021, he resigned from his law firm, really not having a good day. And the very next day after he resigns from his law firm, there's a call. Okay. I've been shot. Help me. Help me, I've been shot. Yeah, they go, they take a look. They're like, okay. He's got shot in the ear. So the official wounds. Injury was superficial, and he was released from the hospital straight after. Basically, he claimed that a truck slowed down and shot him and drove away while he was trying to, I don't know, do something with his car. And, alright. It literally took them less than 2 weeks. Okay? Like 2 weeks. So on the 3rd it happened, and on the 14th, Sled announced that Alex's former client and distant cousin Eddie, who had also been Alex's source for the oxycodone addiction, oh look, there's the drugs, had been arrested for having conspired with Alex to kill him in the roadside shooting. Hey, cousin Eddie, you mind helping me out with my own murder? Like that's how he decided to get away with it. That's what he wanted to do, was just get away with it there. Okay? And I'm sorry, like that doesn't work. He was released. Eddie denied everything. Eddie was like, I wasn't there. I wasn't there. Ask Tony. I was away. I don't know who Tony is, but we'll go with that. And it was a lot. There was a lot of embezzlement fraud that came out, and a lot of other stuff started kind of winding down. Okay, yeah, no, I'm royalty. Oxy's fucking dangerous with how it can make you addicted. Exactly. Okay, it is very dangerous. But there's the drug addiction. So he was spending a lot of money on Oxy. And so a lot of stuff came out. Like, there was embezzlement, there was charges for narcotics distribution, there was allegations, there was like it was an entire thing. It was an entire thing. Okay, a lot of shit happened. Then obviously, in the state of panic that he's in, he decides, well, what's the next best thing? I've already faked my own death. Not faked it, but attempted to fake my own, like, assassination. That didn't work. The press is still on to me. They're still unraveling this entire yarn of a sweater that I'm not happy with. So what do? I freak the fuck out, and I go visit my mom. So that's what he did. He went to go visit his mom. And then on June 7th, 2021, so really, really not that far. Okay. Oh, wait, June 7th, this is before, sorry, my bad. This happened before the attempted murder. My bad. I got my things wrong, because I thought it was 2022. I'm not reading correctly. This is what happens with lack of sleep. But, anyway, just before the attempted murder, attempted assassination, he goes and visits his mom, and he comes home, and he gets really upset. And he phones 911. And now this time, you're going to hear Alex speaking. And we're going to go through this, and I'm going to try and not pause it too much, but it is 12 minutes. Yeah. We will go into the full thing tomorrow, but let's go through this for now, because, my god. It gets intense. It gets really intense. So on the night of June 7th, 2021, Maggie and Paul were shot to death on the property of their family home. Alex calls. This is crime scene photos and photos of the place, so you get an idea of what it looks like.
Hampton County 911, where's your emergency?
This is Alex Murdaugh at 4147 Moselle Road. I need the police to ambulance immediately. My wife and child just shot badly.
Okay, you said 4147 Moselle Road in Allison?
Sir?
You said 4147 Moselle Road in Allison?
Yes, sir. 4147 Moselle Road.
Stay on the line with me, okay? Yes, sir. Stay on the line with me, okay?
Hello?
I'm still here. Stay on the line. I'm still here, okay? Collison, I have an Alex Murdaugh on the line, caller from 4147 Moselle Road. He's advising that his wife and child was shot. Mr. Murdaugh, go ahead and talk to Collison.
It's 4147 Moselle Road. I've been up to it now. It's bad.
Okay. How did they shoot? Did they shoot themselves?
Oh, no. Hell no.
It's a little suspicious. Did they shoot themselves? No, hell no. Immediately you rule out possibility of a suicide.
Okay, and are they breathing?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and you said it's your wife and your son?
My wife and my son.
Are they in a vehicle?
No, ma'am. They're on the ground out at my kennel. I can tell that.
And did
I
you
can
see
tell that
anyone?
he shot in the head, and he shot really bad. He shot really bad.
June 7th, 2021, 22 hours, 7 minutes, 9 seconds.
Ow, that hurt my ears. Does that go away?
and child was shot.
Okay.
Okay, and sir, give me the address again.
Oh my god.
No, ma'am.
Okay, and you said it's your wife and your son?
My wife and my son.
Are they in a vehicle?
No, ma'am. They're on the ground out at my kennel.
Okay, and did you see anyone?
He shot in the head, and he shot really bad. He shot really
Okay, where is he shot at?
Ma'am, I don't know, but there's blood everywhere. I can see his brain. Face down. I tried to turn her a little bit, but she's got a hole in her head.
Okay, is he breathing at all?
No, nobody.
Is she? Okay, do you see anything? Do you see anyone in the area?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Not.
Is there any guns near them at all?
No, there's here.
What color is your house on the outside?
And they go through the details of the house, and they try and get there. I'm gonna say Alex's acting skills are a lot better. But that's just me. Let me know what you think. Tomorrow we're gonna go through the rest of the case. We're gonna deep dive into the actual trial. We're gonna go through a bunch of stuff. And we're gonna go through the one key piece of evidence that nobody was expecting to come up. And the one piece of evidence I'm pretty sure is the reason why he got convicted. And then obviously we will go through little Miss Becky Hill and her bullshit and the fact that she managed to fuck this up. So, we'll go through it. We will deep dive into what we can tomorrow. But this has been, so far, the murders that have been connected to the Murdaugh family. But not, like, convicted of yet. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. I did not expect this. Apparently, there's a guy who, a content creator who's also from South Carolina, and every time he goes out and visits people from, like, around the states, he's like, I'm from South Carolina. And they're like, oh, you're from the Murdaugh state. And I'm like, I see what they did there. I see what they did there. We're gonna continue with this tomorrow. I must say, it's a lot. This case gets very intense. And when we get into the actual case tomorrow and the trial and those key evidences and pieces, and it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot. I'm specifically looking, if I remember correctly, and I'm pretty sure it is this one. I'm specifically looking for, there's a point where they bring a gun out to kind of like show the gun, and the defense team is holding the gun and they accidentally point it towards the prosecution table. And there's like a comment that's made. It's like, this trial was nuts. If these murders have not made you sit and go, what the fuck's going on? Okay, wait until you see the trial, because it is mental. Okay, this trial is absolutely mental. So we will get into that. I cannot wait for it, but for now, guys, I'm going to head off. It's been a lot tonight. It's been a lot. I've had fun, though, kind of just going over this and explaining everything and just getting it out there. I feel like the stuff has been sitting in the back of my brain, and it feels good to just, like, get it out there and kind of explain it to you guys. It's been bugging me for a while. We'll get into it tomorrow, though. I hope you guys have a fantastic evening, and day, night, morning, wherever you are. I'll see you guys tomorrow.